Hey everyone, Dylan with Stow It, and today we're going to be cleaning out my garage. Probably like some of you out there, this time of year, since we're not parking in the garage as much, it gets a little cluttered. So what I need to do today is get this cleaned out. I need to get things thrown away that don't need to be kept anymore, donated, put things back in the house that need to be in the house, maybe a project that I started on and left it out here. So I'll just walk you through some of those things, my thought processes on those, because this is a lot to take in right now. So first things first, I think I'm just gonna set the tripod down and pull all of this stuff out of here so that we can see what we're working with and where to start. I usually put on an audiobook or music, and today I'm choosing music, so here we go. The goal at this point in the process isn't perfection. It's about getting everything out of the garage so we can sort it, clean it, and find a place for it to end up. I also like to start putting things away during this time. Once it's outside, I determine, okay, does it need to go back in the garage? Can it be donated, thrown away, or should it go back into the house, or in our case, our barn? Be aware of what you can and can't move by yourself. I've moved some of these items before, so I knew I was able to move them alone. But if you need an extra hand, don't be afraid to go and ask for help. All right, that took about an hour and a half to get done. It is not the most enjoyable part of the process, but it starts to feel the best. As you can see, we have progress, and that's what's important here. Now that everything is out of the garage, I'm gonna go ahead and sweep, vacuum, and wipe down everything on the walls. The main objective when sweeping is to get some of the larger debris like wood and leaves, just so that the shop vac has an easier time later on. Remember to pull out your shelves and sweep and vacuum behind them. Next, just scoop up some of the larger debris by hand so that when you move on to the vacuuming phase, it doesn't take quite as long. This is where I get a little carried away. I have cobwebs with some sawdust in it, so I decided to go ahead and use a push broom to knock those down, and then used the shop vac to clean up the edges once I was done with that. So I'm gonna go ahead and start showing you as I put stuff back in, what my thought process is as I start grabbing some of these piles. I like to give everything a quick wipe down before putting it back into the garage. This guarantees that dust and debris that have accumulated on surfaces won't make it back into my freshly cleaned garage. Once I've completed that process for some of the items, I'll go ahead and move them back into the garage and into their final home. I'll repeat that process for every item that's going to go back in. Now is also a good time to put some finishing touches on other things. One organization tip that I found, these are Velcro straps. They come in different sizes. You can pick them up at any home improvement store, but I love them for my extension cords and my hoses because they keep them nice and tight, and if I need to use this hose, I can pick this up versus trying to get the mangled mess together. Looking at my toolbox drawers, I tend to put other bins within it. Could probably use with another one in this one, but for example, all of my screws, I separate them by if they're screws or if they're bolts, sizes, and so I put them all in different bins. And then bigger boxes of stuff, I still leave in the boxes. I just make sure that they have a spot on the side. So the last thing that we're gonna do is organize. I have everything over here on this bench, and what I've done is I've taken it from every other surface that I pulled in, make one big pile, and then I go and just distribute that. The main thing to remember here is just make sure that everything has a home. Don't just haphazardly throw things into a drawer or a bin. Get creative. Go check out some of our boards on Pinterest for practical garage storage solutions to give you some ideas. The main objective here is just to have clean, organized surfaces. Just another quick organizational tip here. This box has 2 levels, kind of accordions in on itself, but it has all these different bins in it that are removable. So you can split things up by, carabiners, fasteners, and chains. Just anything that you have, you can throw it in these so that you don't have just cluttered drawers that have one bin with all of this stuff in it. All right, so all in all, it took about 4.5 hours to get everything cleaned out, cleaned, put back in, organized, and I'm pretty happy about how things turned out. Now we can use the garage again. It's a functional space and no more clutter, and we've gotten rid of quite a few things this time. So drop a comment if you have any other organizational tips or cleaning tips when it comes to the garage. Every year it gets a little bit better. We do a little bit better of a job of not having it look the way that it did, believe it or not, when we started the video. So thanks for sticking around. We'll see you in the next one.